Andrew, is there a reason why the extreme right and authoritarianism, or at least the perception of democratic backsliding, seems to be on the rise worldwide? Great question. Thank you for asking. And basically, my response is that I think what we're seeing is not a concerted effort of people to pursue authoritarianism. I think we are seeing a great deal of people going through grief, going through pain, and they don't exactly know what to do with it. It's kind of like when you're in a bad mood and you lash out in anger, and then you realize later on that you were actually just hungry. You had feelings of frustration, but you didn't know where they were coming from or what to do with them. According to election results worldwide, at least from Pew Research Center, what we're seeing is that people are not happy with incumbents, those who are already in power. We're not necessarily seeing a concerted rise in right-wing politics. We are seeing people who are frustrated. When you're happy, you don't want things to change. When you're unhappy, you do want things to change. So people are less likely to be reelected if people are unhappy. They usually want change in the office. When it comes to the US, I believe that most Americans are shouldering a lot more pain than they're letting on because we have a culture where we don't really talk about the pain that we're enduring, especially in the South where it's considered impolite. But what I've seen is that people have not fully healed from the effects of COVID. There are still people dealing with that pain. People are frustrated by the effects of the 2008 recession. People are still dealing with the effects of 9/11. There are a great deal of people, especially in the Midwest, especially in the Rust Belt, who are feeling that they are being passed up or left behind, or that there are no opportunities for them, and this makes them angry. They feel like politicians are out of touch and they aren't willing to speak to them. Therefore, they feel disconnected. At the same time, people are working more. They have less free time. They are operating on thinner margins, so it's difficult for them to fully understand what's going on and also to have the time to process what's happening to them. So when you have people who are frustrated and tired at the same time, right-wing politics are more appealing because it's a simpler story. You're angry, it's that person's fault. That person is doing better than you are. Gay people are doing better than you are. Immigrants are doing better than you are. It's not your fault, it's their fault because the government doesn't care about you. They only care about gay people and minorities. As opposed to more liberal or left-wing politics, where you have to present an answer that's more nuanced, that takes a lot longer to understand, and people get frustrated because they want simpler answers, which is perfectly understandable. If you're frustrated and you're tired, not everyone has the ability to be political. It is a privilege to be political just as much as it is a privilege to be apolitical in the United States. These people have grievances. Some of them are dealing with pain. Some of them are dealing with fears and insecurities. And unfortunately, I personally believe that they aren't given the tools in order to understand those emotions, nor how to properly deal and remedy them. For instance, in evangelical Christianity, you aren't really taught how to handle abuse. You are taught to learn how to endure abuse, but you're not really taught to identify and escape from it. And that's something that I didn't pick up until I went to therapy in 2020. That's my personal take on it, that people who are being overworked are also dealing with grievances that they don't fully understand. And in comes a political candidate who presents with them a very easy to understand story, a story that validates their grievances and their feelings, and directs it towards people who are expressly not in power, people like the LGBTQIA community, immigrants, poor people. And because of that, it's an easier to understand story than trying to explain the complex nuances of American economics over the past 50 years, something that can often take several hours to do.